if genocide is not a deal breaker for you, there's something wrong with you.
Yeah.
Any party that doesn't draw a red line at genocide is a party that does not deserve to exist. We have Holocaust Harris. Kamala Harris, they didn't remove Joe Biden as the lead nominee for president because he facilitated a genocide. They removed him because he had a bad debate. My name is Nick Cruz, the Revolutionary Blackout. My goal is to create a coalition of workers, anti-imperialists, to destroy the two-party duopoly. What we need to do is reject the political nihilism from the people who tell you we have no choice but to vote for genocide. I have my brother Ron here with me. We have RBN chapters in 5 cities all over the nation, and we're only 3 years old. Rome goes around feeding people, giving free haircuts, and organizing the community with scraps. Do you understand what Rome and RBN would do with $400 million that was wasted on the Bernie campaign? I'm begging the left to get serious. I'm begging the left to get serious. It's almost a flaw of mine, where I have almost too much revolutionary optimism. They're not going to defeat me until I'm in the dirt. And what we need to do, you need to figure out what you can do for this movement. I've been put in this very weird position in my life where I'm an educator. While I'm speaking to you guys right now, I guess this is what I do for the movement. But let's say you got stage fright and you can't do this. Let's say you're not someone like Rome who can engage in mutual aid. Let's say you're not someone who like stabby stabs. Let's say you're not like that. You do what you can to the movement. If you're good at baking pies, guess what you need to do when we have a march? Maybe bake a pie.
What's popping, my friends, my family? What a week,
man!
What a week. My brother Roman's here. What a week,
man!
In the history of RBN, man. And let me say, I'm gonna get your thoughts. I'm gonna get your initial thoughts, Rome. But let me tell you guys how much of an honor it was to meet all the RBN comrades who was living in Chicago, who made the journey to Chicago, and it was an honor to walk in the footsteps of my revolutionary ancestors, where I can give a speech in a church where there's 200 people, thousands watching across platforms. Dude, this is at 3,000 at one point. Sabby live streamed it to what I saw was around 1.5 to 1.7. Then you had Kit, big shout out to him, who we interviewed as well to spread this revolutionary message and try to activate as many people as possible. But anyway, what's popping, Rome? Man, this was a crazy ass week.
Man, this is like one of the best weeks for RBN. It ain't gonna do nothing but get better. Cause the work that we're doing is really starting to pay off, man. It's really starting to pay off, and I loved every minute of it. Meeting RBN community, some of our supporters. Talking with Dr. Joe Stein again. That shit was deep, man. That shit was dope as fuck.
Yeah. Thank you for 499. It's gonna be a real chill stream. We had a long week, obviously. I'm gonna be back next week with a lot of bangers. I'm already working on that. Jimmy will be joining us on Tuesday. We crashed Jimmy's live stream. That was wild, where Jimmy ended up being number 2 on Rumble live stream, we was told. It was great finally meeting our post-duopoly friends at Due Distance and Kit, being Jimmy for the first time. So Jimmy's coming on Tuesday. We're going to talk about what happened in DNC, his perspective. It's going to be great to have Jimmy back on. It was great to be in to see everyone have the same revolutionary enthusiasm that I'm speaking now. I'm gonna play a little bit more of my speech. I clipped it here. I skipped a little bit in the middle because you guys can check the full speech out. It's everywhere on Twitter right now. It's on our YouTube as well. I just want to show you guys the first part in here. But I was happy to see Jill Stein call for the abolition of capitalism as well. We had the person who founded the abandoned Biden and Kamala movement speaking at the church. It was just a great event. And I'm going to read some of these super chats. This is going to be pretty chill. I'm going to read some chats from the community. Thank you for 499, Chris, Nick, and Rome. It was base as hell to get to meet you. Yeah, it was great to meet you as well at the Workers' Strike Back rally. RBN is essential. Keep dropping bangers. That's definitely what we're about to do. Man, there were so many great people. And big shout out to James Starks as well. Great guy. I'm gonna ask you about we was able to meet up. Ron was able to meet with Fred Hampton Jr. He did some great work. I'm gonna read some few chats and I'm gonna pass it to you. We have someone else who met us. Ian, I remember Ian. It was good meeting Nick and Ron this week in Chicago. Also cool seeing Russ from Due Distance, Pasta and Kid. Yeah, that was the first time I got to meet them in person, so that was dope. Why everyone picking on me about my height? Is Nick's brother second from the right? Why he's so much taller? Guys, I'm fucking average height, okay?
Yeah, he ain't that. Yeah. I'm not even that tall.
People projected height on me.
Your brother is a big dude. Like, he bigger than me.
Yeah. At least that's why I said to make myself feel better. I never feel like I'm out of place, and then I take pictures and people are like, damn, I didn't know Nick was that short. I'm like, what the fuck? It's all good though. It's all good. I told Russ, because when Russ met me, he thought I was way taller than I actually was. And there are a lot of comments like, damn, Nick, I thought Nick was like 6'5". I guess you
got the heart like a nigga with that 6'5" shit.
I told people I have like a Daniel Cormier build. You guys know the most effective, most dangerous build. There are two builds that are dangerous as fucking. Rome actually has one of them. There is tall and lanky. Tall, skinny, and lanky is devastating. Them long reach motherfuckers. Mm-hmm. And secondly, short, build, muscular, stocky motherfuckers with me that carry a little bit of body fat. Hey, yo, the Thor build, we're the dangerous motherfuckers, guys. It's not the models. Do you guys think them supermodels? You know, the models with like 2% body fat, can't take a punch for shit, right. Built for aesthetics. You know, them bodybuilder type motherfuckers. Do you guys think they're tough? Guys, I train with them. They are.
You, let a short dude get up under you. I learned my lesson when I was fighting a dude that was shorter than me, and he had ducked and got up under my chin, and that was damn near it. He got me good. They can get you quick.
Oh my god, you guys about to be roasting me now. They got dead by the 6'5". But yeah, dude, the you know the motherfuckers who got very short necks. We can take punches like a motherfucker. Mm-hmm. It's the model. The people on the skinny necks look good. Can't take a punch for shit. Get KO from anything, guys. I can take a beat. I can take a punch. I can take a punch, and then you can give it right back. That's the peak form if you want to be a combat person. Look at DC. Look at Cormier. You know what I mean? Killing the damn game. Fedor Emelianenko, probably the best MMA fighter of all time. Russian sambo fighter. People see this motherfucker like, wait, what? Stocky motherfucker will whoop your ass. Anyway, let's get some super chats. Once again, this is more of a chill stream. We back. I can't wait to be back in production, back on Hotspot. You know, we're gonna be a lot more substantive there on Hotspot. Thank you for the super chat. The US dollar is cliffhanging today. Expect some crazy geopolitical stuff. Another nuclear weekend. Yeah, there's gonna be a lot of cover. there's so many segments I wanted to do, but I had to keep my eyes on the prize. But I'm gonna read some more chats because this is me just being. I'm happy we're back. Back in production. But Ron, we had this moment here. We're gonna play this next. Actually, I decided I was about to play more of my speech, but I decided not to. You guys, we had the full video up on our YouTube channel. So I'm on Twitter. I already open with this, so no point with me keep playing it. But let me say this. I'm gonna get your thoughts before we play it as well. Bro, the people who try to take out this movement because they saw what we was building keeps taking L after L after L after L because one of the most desperate ploys I have seen, you guys probably seen it too, was the rift that liberals played to try to separate RBN from the chairman. Because we called ourselves Fred Hampton leftists, we had this brilliant idea that many people was upset they didn't think of first, like the haters at Black Power Media, who disbanded, by the way. Rome predicted that. Because remember, it was Jared Ball, and we would never forget this, right? Because they never apologized. It was Jared Ball, I forgot his name, Kamu from Black Power Media, those old hating Negroes. Who saw that they saw a bunch of young black men create an organization called Fred Hampton Leftists who was engaging in mutual aid. And we was clear that our goal was we wanted to spread the idea that all black leftists and revolutionaries should aspire to be like Fred Hampton. We're not saying that we are Fred Hampton. We are saying that you should aspire to be Fred Hampton. And guess what the old hating Negroes at Black Power Media did? They joined the liberal class, the people who are ops, the G Hive, the K Hive. Yep. They did a plan after the General Strike Summit. When the General Strike Summit happened, we were trending on Twitter because it was so big. We had all these big names promoting it. So in order to attack and smear us, you had a bunch of trolls that went after Fred Hampton's Facebook page that was sending him messages saying, hey, man, you should check out the Fred Hampton leftists. They are right-wing grifters using your name to promote right-wing politics. Like, they were saying crazy lies. And then you had Jared Ball and Black Power Media, rest in piss, who went to the chairman like, hey, man, you should check out what Fred Hampton leftists are doing in your name, man. They fucking... So you had a coordinated op to divide us from the chairman because they were afraid of what would happen if we came together.
And then it was like he was getting all of these things from everywhere, and that shit can be overwhelming. It can be overwhelming, and you can see that he's old school. He's not on the internet like us, Shit, he don't even have a following like we do on our social media pages. So that can be overwhelming. And he was like, you know what, I'm just done with it all. And it would make sense. It would piss me off too, just cut it. And when I talked to him, he was like, yeah, man, I'm not mad at anything. If anything, I like that y'all look up, but look up to my father and to the chairman. But there is checks and balances to names and shit like that. Understandable. I have a couple of organizations. I don't want somebody just going off and using my name and whatnot. But the whole thing was,
yeah, and Rome, remember, I was talking to Anthony Clark and a lot of people, and we were like, yo, it makes sense because people, and I was talking to someone, they said, we don't want people to be redirected. They started like, oh, they like, it's a great idea. And that's why we came together and we agreed, like, all right, let's come up with a new name because it makes sense at the time anyway, because we wanted to rebrand ourselves. So the biggest lie that's spread, and you still see the haters say it to this day where they say, we got threatened with a lawsuit from Fred Hampton. That never happened. It's one of them lies that people keep spreading. During the entire process, we was in communication, in conversation. There was no point where there was like, hey, yo, we about to fucking sue those motherfuckers. That was a lie that people continue to spread unchecked because people wanted to destroy RBN and its project. And you guys need to ask yourself why that is. I think it's obvious. People wanted to destroy this project. And so there wasn't ever this tension. We agreed to change our name because that's something I always wanted to do. Fred, like I like the name, but at that point, once we started to do General Strike Summit, remember, bro, we talked about it. We was like, man, we don't need to be attached to the Fred. We need to have our own name and our own brand. So it was like something that was mutually agreed upon by both parties, especially when I saw the psyop, because to your point, I don't blame the chairman that much. I have some criticisms. But when you have a ton of people that's saying, imagine you have all these people coming at you at the same time. Remember, it was a coordinated op. You had all these people telling you,
thousands.
hey, yo, this group, Fred Hampton leftists, raising money in your dad's name, lie. You have Fred Hampton leftists that's spreading Trumpism, lie. You have all this stuff coming at you. You busy. You doing all this stuff. You like, all right, fuck it. We just say we're not connected to them. And then when he put out Facebook posts and say, hey, yo, they're not connected with us. And so people take that Facebook post and say, oh, this is the chairman condemning them. He never condemned us.
Right.
If you read the Facebook post he put, he said there are people using our name that are not authorized, which is true, but he never condemned us. He just made it clear that, hey, guys, stop fucking with me because I have nothing to do with them. So this is something that
we had talked before, and he knew of Fred Hampton leftists way before all of this shit was going on. When we first got the first interview with Dr. Cornel West, and Anthony Clark had showed him, he was like, "Oh yeah, that's what's up." You know what I'm saying? He was, he's basically proud of us. But seeing that shit, I had to explain to him. I was like, basically, you got caught in the middle of some internet bullshit of some people who don't like us because we are a black group and we won't endorse Democrats. Like that was the biggest thing of it all. We won't endorse Democrats, and everybody got mad at us. Everybody, all these wannabe leftists got mad at us, so they started to plan on ways of taking us down. And I apologize for that, for putting them in the middle of our bullshit.
That's another reason why I wanted to change the name, because I was like, oh shit, they fucking with the chairman now. I was like, all right. Remember, we agreed. We had a meeting in before the shit. Like, we were just brainstorming names at that point. Like, all right, what should we name? And then I think it was you. I forgot who came up. I think it was you that came out with Revolutionary Blackout. And at that point, it was clear. But anyway, I want to move on because I wanted to share that story because not everyone knows the backstory. You know what I mean? So just for the people who don't know the backstory, that's why this is so satisfying, because the ops who tried to divide RBN and the chairman took a giant L. You will see these faceless CIA bot accounts that still like spread comments like, Nick was sued by Fred Hampton Jr. Nick, I know you guys see it on YouTube. You see it on YouTube every once in a while. Whenever like a Zionist or whenever a AOC or Bernie stand for, hey, these are the people who were condemned by the chairman. It was always a lie. And I need you guys to ask this question: why is there such a coordinated attempt to lie and destroy RBN? I think I take pride in that in a sense. Anyway, let's play this. I just want to share the backstory for people who don't know and why it's a beautiful moment. And I want you guys to look at everyone who spread this lie side-eyed. And this is Rome speaking with the chairman. After I play the video, you can get more details or whatever you want to share about how this came about, like how the fridge. I want you to tell it. I don't want to tell it. I want you to tell it. So I'm gonna play the video and then you can chime in.
I'm all the way here from Detroit. Man, I mean, the spirit of Fred Hampton is strong, man, and I have learned a lot, even being so young and growing up on the east side of Detroit, seeing my hood and just rebel. We don't socialize like how we used to back when I was younger, when I didn't have lights. Our neighbor would give us extension cord from the window and, just be a community. And this is what drove me to be a revolutionary today, and to read up on the teachings of Fred Hampton and his movements. And it scared me. I'm not gonna lie. For him to have that much revolutionary spirit and for him to be taken away from us so quick. I don't know what I do today. I done started a news organization. I got clinics. I just built the library, all in the spirit of Fred Hampton. And I remember all the things that he did. And I remember,
Bro, this is why I said very openly, like this project wouldn't work. And I don't mean to bring up old drama, but with the whole thing with CJ, it was like good riddance, bro. Remember, we told you guys on that stream that, dude, it's gonna be way better. Good riddance. But without Rome, fam, like, bro, the Nick Rome shit, like, we are counterweights to each other. We are counterbalances. When I see Rome out there in the street, it motivates me to get out there. You know what I mean? And this I couldn't imagine doing this shit without Rome. CJ was expendable. Look, I don't mean to bring this up. I talked to James about James was like, fuck CJ. Bro, he was expendable. He was holding us back. But without Rome, bro, like, if me and Rome ever broke up, RBN would just be over because we hooked up because I saw Rome was on the West Coast at the time working with the Bernie campaign. He was doing his thing. He was still doing tour for the poor. I was like, dude, this shit's crazy. Had him on. He explained to me about communism when I was still in my social democrat phase. And then we was out there in Chicago. I'm gonna show you guys some pictures I can pull up. We had the media interviewing us, and we just blowing the minds of the media left and right. But I'm gonna let the video play. But this is great to see, man. Like it is great to see. I'll let it play.
Don't give up. You know, they might take you away, but the things that you do, the things that you built will still be here, and people will learn. Even if they're not listening today, they might learn. They might. It takes time. We all learn in a different pace. You know, sometimes it be the messenger, and this was the perfect messenger that they took away from us. But we still here. He's still here, and you know, and I look up to you. I look up to you and I respect you, everything that you do. You stand strong with your community. You know, I strive to be like you every day. You know, I appreciate you for even having me up here, man. From the bottom of my heart, I love all of you. And when I head back to Detroit, you know, I'm going to continue to do the damn thing in the spirit of Fred Hampton. I love you, man.
Coming back here August 30th too, man. Right on. Respect, man. Right on, but they came through earlier, dropped some food donations off at the Hampton, throw that plug in there too, the Hampton House refrigerator, y'all.
Every time I go to Chicago, I make sure, even during that bullshit that was going on, I make sure I still supported the Hampton House. You know, I still donate to the Hampton House almost monthly if I can, you know, and I still push people to save the Hampton House. And I told them, like, look, you know, only reason why we stopped pushing people to save the Hampton House on RBN for right now is because all the bullshit that was going on. Some shit need to be cleared up and whatnot, because that's how they were saying, oh, they raising money off of your name. Like, no, we was raising money to save the Hampton House. Fred Hampton Leftist wasn't even monetized. Nobody was getting paid for this. We barely had 1,000 subscribers at that time, you know. So it is what it is.
That's why when I saw the rumor, when I saw people spread the lie that Fred Hampton Leftist about to be sued from taking money from Fred Hampton. I'm like, what money? Doesn't there need to be money for that to be? Go ahead, bro.
It's gonna take more money to sue us than what he's gonna get. You know,
right?
So you know, shout out to Zarek. You know, because
big shout out to Zarek.
Yeah, day before yesterday, we had did a fundraiser for when Nick got done. Unfortunately, that shit went on way longer than what we expected. So I was like, all right, tomorrow morning we're just gonna head out, help some people before we head to Detroit. So I was like, fuck it, we're gonna go to the Hampton House, fill up the refrigerator, and then we're gonna go help out a couple of homeless shelters out there and people walking around, shit like that. So we went to all these, we got the shit. We went to the Hampton House and they had fenced in the house. It's like a little small fence, and I just didn't want to go in, so I went back to the car, got the rest of the stuff, and somebody was walking out, and I was like, "Oh, I just wanted to donate this shit, blah blah." And you know, we shook hands. He was like, "Oh, he had came back like, hey, the chairman want to talk to you." He was like, "Hey, what's your name, man?" I said, "Rome." He's like, "Rome." He was like, "I know you. Don't I know you?" I was like, "Yeah, I met you through Anthony." He was like, "Oh, okay. Hey, yeah, I remember y'all, man. I remember y'all. What you doing at 5:30?" I said, in my head, I'm like, I'm gonna be on the road, nigga. I'm going home. You know, he like, man, come by. You know what I'm saying? We can talk, blah, blah. And I was like, I looked at Zarek, I'm like, dog, we can't miss this opportunity. Like, I gotta talk to the man, right? So me and Zarek, we went around, we literally just drove around, sat at the park, went to fucking Popeyes, you know what I'm saying? Just waiting downtown. 5:30 come, I helped set up. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like, it was a real community thing. Me, Zarek, the young lords are back. The young lords, the people in that purple, those are the young lords. They are back, and they will be on RBN pretty soon. The chairman right here with the long hair. That is the chairman of the Young Lords. He's gonna be,
bro. That episode's about to be so fire,
man.
Once
I'm about to
get
have
the chairman, all them on.
Yeah. We exchanged phone numbers. Me and the chairman had exchanged phone numbers. I explained to him, you know, what was going on, and you know, the inspiration that we get from his family, from his father, and how I became a chairman of my own party. You know, just kicking the shit. And you know, everything was cool. We exchanged phone numbers. We still are working on building these bridges, of course. A lot of shit was misconstrued. A lot of shit was fucked up. A lot of shit still is fucked up. But we are working toward building these bridges back up between RBN and the Black Panthers and the Black Cubs. Because one thing that we need is unity. That's the main thing that we need is unity amongst Black communities. Like we can't let all these differences and all this bullshit, all these people in our ear. Like, no, we all are striving for the same things. This man is a Marxist-Leninist. He is a Marxist, and he say this shit all the time. During this speech, he sounded like an RBN member. He denounced capitalism. He denounced both parties. Like, this is why we work together. This is why it's gonna be so beautiful. Once we get all this shit together, man. Once the bridge is complete, it's gonna be so beautiful, and people can walk past it, drive past it, bike across that motherfucker. But the bridge between RBN and the Black Panthers is being rebuilt, and we couldn't do this without your support. You know what I'm saying? A lot of you guys telling me like, hey, you need to go talk to him. You need to go talk to him, whatever it takes. And that's what I had in my mind, say whatever it takes. So every time I go to Chicago, I make sure if I can't catch him there, I'm gonna talk to somebody around them. I'm gonna do a donation. I'm gonna do a cash donation. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna something. But it's beautiful, man. But he had called me up there. He just had texted me not too long ago, and we planning on setting up a show for him and maybe the chairman of the Young Lords, so we can actually talk about, organizing, what these groups actually mean, what they are actually doing in the community, what they can do, and how you can join. Because the Young Lords is back. I don't know if you guys know about the Young Lords, but they have, man, they've been through hell, and it's good to see them back out here with the Black Panthers. And I'm gonna have them on pretty soon, and we can all try to nip this in the butt once and for all, and really work on each other, man. Because we got enough division, you know what I'm saying, in these Black communities.
Yeah, big shout out to the homie James Starks. I'm gonna put his tweet his comeback up here. He OG Black Panther. Show some. I met him. We finally met in Chicago. He was telling me some stories. He was working on the chairman, and he has a lot of clout because he's the OG. Telling them about the work we were doing, how they fell for the lies, how they was misled. So big shout out, much love to James Starks. It was great to meet him. I'm gonna give you your final thoughts. I already spoke a lot on just your general impressions in Chicago. Actually, I'm gonna show you this. I'm gonna show you this before I do that. I still want to get your thoughts. Big shout out to Zarek. I saw some people asking who these people are. Zarek is a member of the Care Party. Big shout out to him for helping Rome get down there, helping out with the party as well. You guys know Russ, Kid, our dude, post Duopoly brothers. We're gonna have Jimmy on Tuesday. Finally get me Jimmy. That's my brother there as well. And then that was great to see. And we also had all these great moments. Let me scroll down. I need to go back to the community tab. Let me go to community.
That's how you get to the pictures.
Yeah, bro. YouTube is so ass now. It used to be easy. This is after my speech when we do distance. Bro, me and Ron was just
stage down. I was like, fuck, I'm about to set the stream on fire. I'm not done.
Yeah, dude, they had a dope setup. I need to find a way to find that Rumble stream where we crash Jimmy's stream live. It was dope. This is my one show. I wonder how you can make these pictures bigger. But this is another thing I want to talk about, like the amount of media that we was talking to at this event, and Rome blowing people's mind. We're just taking turns going back and forth, blowing the minds of the media. And I was doing the media with these Black journalists where they was asking about Kamala and the ceasefire. I was looked at her like, bro,
the fuck you talking about?
And after our interview, after I was spitting fire, denouncing Kamala, destroying all the talking points, all the questions, you see like the manager in the back, the producer was like, hey, so too bad none of these.
He was like, what? Well, Kamala Harris has said that she agreed with a ceasefire. It's like, I don't know what you're talking about. And nigga said, I don't know what you're talking about.
I legitimately don't know what you're talking about, bro. Like, so that's why, like, if I was ever being interviewed by CNN, they be asking these questions. I'm like, bro, why do people even accept the premise of these questions? And you know, that's how I handled it wrong. People like, hey, why are you? That lady who interviewed me, and this clip would never be released because she was like local Chicago, and it was obvious based on the questions she was asking me. She was a Democrat. Well, she was like, well, I'm actually really confused. Like, why are there so much pressure on Kamala? She said she supports ceasefire. Like, ma'am, like, I don't know why you say that. Like, that don't make any sense. Like, I don't understand the framing. Like, you understand what a ceasefire is, right? Like, it means advocating for the ceasing of hostilities. And you don't do that when you send weapons and when you have a temporary ceasefire. Because what Kamala supports, just like Biden, is a temporary 6-week pause so the IDF can regroup.
Yeah.
There's no reason for Hamas or anyone would accept that as a ceasefire. No one accepts that. The true ceasefire that was proposed by the UN, that was accepted by Hamas, that the Biden administration in Israel continue to reject, is a ceasefire which ends Israeli occupation into Gaza. The ceasefire proposal that Israelis in the Biden administration proposed maintains Israel's presence in the legal occupation in Gaza. Then in no universe is that a ceasefire. I explained this to her, and the fucking producer was like,
that's it. Like
It
we
was
wasting
fun, though.
film on this nigga. We can't put him on our show. He gonna drag motherfuckers back to the left. Can't have that.
Bro, I be having fun, man. I be having fun talking to these people. But anyway, it was a fun event. It was great meeting everyone in the community. Big shout out, particularly to James Starks. We went out to we had a great dinner with James Starks. There was someone we met from the Jones. He was on the Jones Strike Summit. I think his name was Josh. I apologize. Hope I didn't get his name wrong. But he was from the Jones Strike Summit. He was there as well. It was great, man. I don't have any bad experiences meeting people in the RBN crew. We have a base community. Now, I don't want to keep this stream long because I'm tired. It's been a long ass week. And also, Sabby is streaming. Nico is streaming. So it's like we got a lot of content from RBN friends today. No need for us to go on long live. I'm gonna have Jimmy on Tuesday. If I do a stream on Monday, it may be a solo stream. It may be a stream unannounced on Monday. I don't have anything planned for Monday, but I may stream. So it's possible I may stream on Monday. But one thing I do, this is the only like segment I'm doing. It's not even a long segment. I want to get your thoughts on this. Just overall impressions on Kamala's speech. Don't worry, because I have a hotspot video. I'm releasing on this later, so maybe I shouldn't. Maybe I shouldn't talk about this too much. I'm gonna spend more on this on hotspot. But I'm gonna do a shoot. Actually, before I do my presentation, I'm gonna ask you just generally, Rome. We're pivoting from the Chicago. We're gonna do a short segment on the DNC convention as a whole, and it's literally one of the most Orwellian things you will ever see. It's the height of capitalist authoritarianism, where we had the ruling class that's hosting a party, a celebration of the ruling class. So they create an entire police state apparatus to protect the ruling class from the populace that they fail to represent. This is the height of authoritarianism. And I'm going to talk about with Jimmy on Tuesday, because Jimmy did a good video where he was talking about all the cop presidents and how they was locking down Chicago to protect the ruling class from the proletariat. And that's my first thought, but I need to shut up. I'm ranting a lot. Rome, anything you want to say just before we start the segment, just on general thoughts on the DNC? Because I was driving Rome crazy because I had to do a lot of oppo. I was watching a lot of the coverage of Rome.
It's like, dog. How the fuck do you watch this shit? I gotta watch it live because I can't prepare for that. I'm like, oh God, these people make me sick. But the DNC is in shambles, man. This party is clearly a cult. Clearly a cult. Nobody can tell the fucking sun from the assholes in this fucking party. And they just don't realize how dead this party actually is. Like their supporters, their voters, they don't know how bad they're about to lose. Like there's no Kamala Harris can't win. I'm sorry, she's just too unpopular. She's not as noticeable as Trump, and she has a fucked up like she's not gonna win over Trump. I'm sad. Sorry to say it. And they're gonna lose Michigan. They're gonna lose Michigan. Most of the Midwest. Damn sure they're gonna lose badly.
Bro, Kamala, and I'm gonna do a more intensive breakdown as the time goes, because The DNC platform is literally Reaganite foreign policy. You know how Lincoln Project, the former George Bush officials merged with the Democratic Party, and they all talk about how comfortable they feel in the Democratic Party? The Democratic Party foreign policy is straight up George W. Bush Jr. neocon policies, where in the platform, in Kamala's speech, she was calling out Donald Trump for being feckless on Iran
and on the border.
On the border. She called Trump for being weak on the border. She called Trump out for being weak on Iran, even though Trump killed General Soleimani and pulled out the Iran deal, the same policy that the Biden and Kamala campaigns supported. So, in my high five, I explained how Kamala gave one of the craziest speeches you will ever hear at a DNC convention. It was a straight up pro-war speech where she declared never-ending conflict and the fact that she will resist peace at all costs. And I'm going to be discussing this in detail over the course of the next few weeks because Kamala is giving us so much fucking ammunition, Rome.
Yeah.
The progressives, the
AOCs
are completely illegitimate. Go ahead, Rome.
I'm actually working on a video about how Kamala Harris and the Democratic Party is pulling people to the right. They don't see it because every time it's time to pull, the masses to the right, it's always a black or a brown face to do it. They send a brown or a black face in these times to pull you to the right on these things. So you won't even question. We didn't even question Obama taking us from 2 wars to 7 wars. People just overlooked it. Didn't even care because he was a black man. But he's pulling everybody to the right with his rhetoric, especially her being, I'm going to be tougher on the border. I'm going to be tougher on Iran. I'm going to, she's standing lockstep with NATO. Like, you guys don't how can you not see that you are being pulled to the right at this point? Because just a couple of years ago, you guys were crying at the border. Just a couple of years ago, you guys were the anti-war party. Just a couple of years ago, you guys were left-leaning. But your lean is way to the right now. Like, you're not even fucking.
Yeah, they got dragged to the right. They said they was gonna push Biden left, and they got dragged to the right. It's fucking hilarious. And yeah, feel free to interrupt me anytime. I know I'm very chatty today. I haven't streamed in a few days, so feel free to interrupt me anytime, Rome. This is the only segment we're gonna do today. I see Savvy is live now. You got I didn't know Savvy was. I would went live if I knew she was going live. But we got a lot of stuff going on, and we had a long week, so I'm gonna make this a short stream. Hell, even fucking 1 hour. 1 hour is not even a short stream. I'm just used to doing long ass streams. 1 hour is not even that bad, to be honest. But anyway, Harris promises support for Israel with call for Palestinian self-determination in speech. And you have the Uncommitted movement that is completely making an ass of themselves and devaluing the lives of Palestinians. You have a lot of these people who are trying to get people on the Kamala train who are now giving up because they realize how racist the Democratic Party is. They won't even give a Palestinian a slot to speak. Now, I tweeted this out today, and I want to get your thoughts on this. I see Hassan, Piker, TYT, Majority Report, all these people reporting on this, like, oh my God, Democrats, why won't they let a Palestinian speak? Why won't you guys let a Palestinian speak? When do these people host roundtables with Palestinian activists? So not only the DNC, the only Palestinians that they will ever have on is like the Uncommitted liberal Democrat Palestinian PMCs. Meanwhile, we had actual real Palestinian activists that been warning me about the Uncommitted movement. We've been denounced this bullshit because real Palestinians know the Uncommitted movement is bullshit. And now they're trying to get people to support Kamala Harris, crying that they won't give a speaking slot, even though that won't even fucking change anything. I'm actually happy they didn't get the speaking slot. Fuck that. Don't give them any fucking illusions.
Right.
You guys see the difference in the liberal and RBN? I don't even want there to be a fucking speaking slot. I don't want there to be any illusions that the genocidal party supports a genocide. Now, I saw this today, and I'll pass to you, Rome. I saw this today in preparation of doing my hotspot. This is why I love hotspot. This is why Hotspot made me a better commentator, because I be preparing these videos and I find shit that I never see on the timeline. Look at this, Rome. You guys remember Palantir, who I reported on? They have an AI company that helps Israel target and mass slaughter Palestinians. They're a company that is directly embedded with the military-industrial complex, and they benefit from war because they sell targeting software to the military-industrial complex. And they are directly benefiting from the genocide in Gaza because Palantir is directly helping the IDF slaughter Palestinians. Palantir, their CEO supports Kamala Harris. You know, the co-founder of Palantir is Peter Thiel. Peter Thiel supported J.D. Vance. J.D. Vance is a diehard Zionist who supports the genocide. Do you guys get it yet? Do you get it yet? The both parties are working for the same motherfuckers. You have one of the Palantir CEOs who support Kamala, then Peter Thiel supports Trump. And the liberal Palantir CEO, he don't like Trump because look at the headline. He says the other co-founder support of Trump makes it harder to get things done. Get what done, Rome?
Kill babies.
This is the party that the uncommitted morons think is going to move to their position. I want to speak on stage to the person whose policies are being written by BlackRock. Get the fuck out of here.
Right, pick yourself up. This is the shit that we be calling. I'm like, this is pitiful. All you uncommitted motherfuckers, you are pitiful.
It's
all
pitiful.
Of you. Pick yourself up. What the fuck is you doing? Y'all sitting on the ground crying and shit.
Crying.
You think they give a fuck? They just blew up your motherfucking, they just wiped blood, generations of people away. They don't give a fuck about you crying outside the DNC convention. Pick yourself the fuck up. Go, nigga, don't vote at all or vote third party. Do something with leverage your fucking power that you say that you have. But you're going to sit out here and cry because war criminals don't want to hear you out. Of course they don't want to hear you out. They fucking war criminals, you pussy motherfucker. Like I said, all you had to do was, all Rashida Tlaib, what she should have done was take those uncommitted votes and went independent. She would have had a hell of a run if she would have went Green Party. That would have been another fucking pop for her fucking career, right? They would have shown that I'm not about to play this back and forth Tom and Jerry game with Democrats. We the good Democrats, y'all the bad Democrats, bullshit. That's how I know it wasn't serious. All you motherfuckers out there crying about they're not going to let a Palestinian talk. They don't even want y'all to fucking live. Okay. And then what you going to do? You're going to get up there. My people are being killed. My people are being killed. Okay, you talking to a whole bunch of, you're going to get on the stage in front of a room full of psychopaths and tell them, stop killing my people. Okay, that's it. Yeah. Like the blood, like the fucking, the bomb babies, the charred fucking bodies wasn't enough. If the charred bodies of fucking children wasn't enough for them to stop it, your tears and your crying isn't. What the fuck is wrong with you? Pick your fucking self up and wipe your motherfucking mouth. What the fuck is wrong with you?
I'm trying to see it. I was trying to see if I can find. I had a clip where they was crying. Why won't they talk to me? Why won't they talk to me? I'm show this as I try to find it. This is the clip of Kamala Harris saying what is no surprise to literally anyone. Like she married her AIPAC handler boyfriend, and you guys think she's gonna fucking change her policy? What you guys are trying to do is get clout off of this moment. And RBN, we're the only people covering this like this, Rome, aren't we? I make people on Twitter mad. The people who told. I'm like, nigga, no, they are devaluing the lives of Palestinians. And I am listening to my radical Palestinian brothers and sisters who long since condemned them. The Palestinians that we had on our roundtable, they consider them a joke because they devalue the lives of Palestinians with their bullshit. I tried to find a clip. It was crying. I was sitting here in protest and you don't talk to me. Get the fuck out of here. This is the person you're begging approval for.
I will always stand up for Israel's right to defend itself. And I will always ensure Israel has the ability to defend itself, because the people of Israel must never again face the horror that a terrorist organization called Hamas caused on October 7,
Bruh.
including unspeakable sexual violence and the massacre of young people at a music festival.
The Democratic Party still hasn't addressed the mass rapes that Israel doesn't even deny. They literally say that Israelis have the right to rape Palestinians.
Right.
That's why liberal feminists like Kamala Harris are the greatest danger to humanity. Feminism is a scourge of humanity. You guys understand? Because what feminists do is they use feminism as a way to justify war and violence against Black and brown people. But then when you have mass rapes against Palestinians, silence, crickets. They use feminism on behalf of the empire. I tell you, I'm not a liberal. I hate liberalism now. Like the beliefs I have, like Foxy, I am a Marxist, not a liberal. Liberals are full of shit, and I hate their culture and everything they stand for because they believe in gender equality, the gender equality for women to commit massacres too. Fuck Western feminism, because Western feminism leads to this. It leads to these fake feminists like Kamala Harris to use and pretend they care about rape, spread false rape hoax that has been used to get Black and brown people killed for this is not new. This is decades, centuries. They've been doing this. And this is the person that Uncommitted is begging. Please listen to us. Please invite me on stage. I want a job. I want a job. And this
That's
is
all they want to feel comfortable again. They want to feel comfortable again. You know, they don't want actual change, man. Because if the Uncommitted was that pissed off about what's going on about Palestine, they would be up in arms. You know what I'm saying? They wouldn't be sitting here trying to cry and sit on the ground or hold. I'm not holding a fence for shit. Nigga, you killing my people. What the fuck? I'm about to get it back in blood. That's how I know these people aren't serious, man. They just want to be comfortable again. They want to go back to brunch, just like the rest of the fucking crowd. But they can't do it because they are the ones being targeted now. Remember what the saying is? First they came after the socialists, but I didn't speak up because I wasn't a socialist. Then they came after yeah. That's what happens. And that's what's happening now. So all you uncommitted niggas, suck it up. This how it feels to be a Black man outside or to the left of the Democratic Party. Now you feel how it feels to be Black.
And if you guys wonder why I'm going so hard on the Uncommitted movement, because the Uncommitted movement is this to divert attention from the real motherfucker. Jerome, he was there. Do you guys remember? We had the founder. If you watch the whole Green Party stream, they had the founder of the abandoned Biden movement there, who was captured and tortured by Israel, and now fighting against the genocidal regime. His story was very touching. After the event, I shook his hand, and I simply told him, like, bro, I am here with you, brother. He went through hell, my friends. So they talk about Uncommitted so you can avoid the abandoned Biden movement, which is now the abandoned Kamala Harris movement. And the founder spoke at Jill Stein event as well. We're forming a true anti-genocide coalition. And there's a reason the corporate media will never talk about these people because they're real. The Abandoned Biden campaign announces the launch of Abandoned Harris to oppose the Harris Walsh ticket. These motherfuckers not begging for a DNC speaking slot. They are more than happy to speak at a Jill Stein event with the proletariat. Why is Uncommitted so desperate to talk to the ruling class, the Democratic Party, instead of meeting with their brothers and sisters, forming a coalition trying to end the violence against them? Because they are Democrat ops, and they put out a statement. They released what they would have said, Rome, and I don't have time to cover this because we're going to wrap up here soon. But they essentially condemned Palestinian resistance. They spread the lie of mass Israeli mass hoax. They are essentially Zionists who believe in the existence of the Israeli state and domination of the Palestinian people. I am not bullshitting. Wait until next week when I do a stream, and I'm going to destroy these motherfuckers. I'm going to hit up my Palestinian contacts, which I got plenty. Rome, I'm going to destroy these motherfuckers because I did some reading on it. I don't have time today, but there's a reason why Not only should we not support Uncommitted, we need to be hostile towards them. They repeat Zionist bullshit. Rome, I pass to you. Feel free to rant. I'm gonna read super chat. We can wrap up now because I said it's gonna be a short stream, but ours not even bad. That's like what most people do anyway. But go ahead, Rome.
But I should be back on live later on today. I'm doing a fundraiser for a couple of people. I got to do one for my mother. She's facing eviction right now, and I did not know that she was going through all that right now. She's she's helping a lot of people, and she's a foster mother, so she taking care of other people's kids, and it's just hard for her right now. Her job isn't paying much. You don't get paid too much for taking care of them damn kids, and kids cost more than what the state will actually give you to even take care of them. So I'm gonna have a fundraiser for her, and there's another woman who need help with getting a deposit. I believe I think she said all she needs like $200 or $300 because she had borrowed some money from her son. So I'm gonna call her before I throw up the fundraiser to see if she got everything that she need. If not, I'm gonna throw up a fundraiser for her. She has like 5 kids right now. It's just kind of hard. Like life is getting hard on people, and I don't want nobody living in a van or out of their van anymore. That was like their situation for this summer and whatnot. So I'll have 2 fundraisers up later on today. If you guys would like to help my mother keep her damn house, if you would like to help this woman find a house or get the keys to her new house, I will have those up pretty soon. And I will be back online after I do a video on Democrats pulling their voters to the right.
Yeah, looking forward to your video, Rome. Once again, 50 minutes not bad. I was planning this to be much shorter, but it was great to be back live on Rome. It's great to see you doing your shorts are bangers. I have a hot spot coming out later today as well. I will be back next week. Jimmy is joining on Tuesday. There are a few other guests I'm working on as well that I would announce on Tuesday. So Jimmy joined on Tuesday. That should be fun. I have a lot of stuff to cover. I just don't have a lot of time today. Me and Rome was tired. Rome got straight you're gonna do later today anyway. So
I'm still tired.
I'm looking forward to that. I'm gonna read a few super chats. We only have a few I saw come in. Once again, not a long stream. Big shout out to Brian. It was great to meet everyone, bro. We had a great time. It was great, man. It was nonstop events.
I was like, yeah, I'm done being a celebrity for the day. I'm going back home. They go, hey, can we take a picture? Take a picture. Take a picture. I'm like, oh God, I can't be famous, bro. Like that shit is that shit for the birds, bro. I'm telling you.
It was great. It was great meeting everyone. Yeah. And big shout out to Brian, who we definitely will be continuing building with and being solidarity with. Big shout out to Eric. Thank you for $10. RBN has been and continues to be instrumental in radicalizing me. I am eternally grateful. Much love. Thank you so much. And the amount of people who came up to us, I'm sure you went through the same thing. Was like, man, Nick, thank you. You radicalized me. Like countless after my speech. So many people at the state. I was fucking hungry. I ate all day. My brother waiting for me, bro. I felt bad for. I was like, damn, look, my bad, bro. Can we try and get out there and get something to eat? But I told you there's so many people that was like, man, I was radicalized because of RBN, and that shit, like, I don't care about the likes and clicks and shit. You know what I mean? I ain't trying to be a fucking sex symbol, famous millionaire. That's not my intention. I'm not a sex symbol. You know what I mean? I'm here just to radicalize people and drag them to the left. And I'm glad that even a few people can write these comments and messages. So that's why I never allow people to gaslight me and tell me what I'm doing not important. I believe what I'm doing is extremely important. And I just want to give James another shout out, man. It was great to meet you, James. OG. Being again for a while, it was great being in conversation with you. And I will be in St. Louis. I'm gonna be meeting with Amali, Chairman Amali in St. Louis. I'm gonna hook up and James, I'm gonna hit you up again about that as well. So
yeah, and the chairman had shouted you out, James. The chairman had, he had shouted you out. He said y'all was talking. I appreciate that, man. Real shit. Because a lot of people just say shit like, yeah, man, I was blah blah. He said,
no, James is the real deal. You guys seen him leave super stickers all the time. He's the real deal. We met him. He made things happen. He was talking to the chairman. He's the OG Black Panther. Big shout out to you, brother. But sorry, Ron, go ahead.
No. I just wanted to give a shout out to James. That's all.
Yeah. So I see you guys. We'll be back on regular program. I think there was just a big week. Giant W for RBN. Something else I found funny because they had, and we was roasting these people that was like TYT in Chicago, breaking points on set in Chicago. These motherfuckers went to Chicago just to be in the studio. Like, the fuck? Why even go to Chicago if you're just gonna create a studio and do the same thing you would do at home? Ryan Graham, none of these motherfuckers. We was at the protest. None of them was there. None of them was there. They went to Chicago to essentially go on vacation. They take pictures, them eating pizza and shit. Once again, big shout out to Jim. He was there. He was on the street. He was in the streets before they got the protest. He didn't rush out there to protest. Jimmy was in the streets no matter at the end of the day. Meanwhile, breaking points, TYT, they was in the studios. They was at the protest.
That shit from home. What the fuck?
I called him out on Twitter. There was a few breaking point people like, oh, don't you know Ryan Graham was on the floor of the DNC. Only there to mingle with rich people and party elitists. He wasn't there interviewing the activists. Do you guys see the difference in what independent media should be? I told you guys I got in here because independent media on the left was a joke. They went to Chicago to stay in their studios. So even though I wasn't live that much this week, I wanted to show how it's really done. Be out there in the streets. We should be out there giving speeches. We should be engaged. Enough of this independent media that's detached. But last thing, I'll give you last thoughts, Rome. Any last thoughts? I'll give you last word, bro.
No, man. Shout out to Radical Education, man. It was nice to meet y'all. It was nice to meet y'all, man. That dinner was expensive, nigga. We don't. Oh my god, but it was good, man. It was good to get out. You know what I'm saying? Meet some comrades. I'm hoping to come back because if you guys heard on the video, the chairman invited me back out on the 30th. So if I can make it back out to Chicago on the 30th, I'm gonna be back out there. Hopefully he let me do another speech and we can talk more on setting up a stream for him to join the show, because I want him, the young lord, like I want a panel of chairmen that's gonna talk to people. And
I think James would be great on that panel. I don't know how you feel about being on stream. I know you like to be low key. Yeah, I think he'd be great on that stream. Go ahead, bro.
Well, that's all I'm working on right now is just a panel of chairmen, so we can push you guys to wherever you are at right now. We can push you guys to these groups and to these organizations if you are close to them. If you want to join the Black Panthers or the Black Cubs, the Young Lords, or even the Care Party, it should be open and available for all you guys. So that's all I'm working on right now, and yeah.
I think ours is good. I mean, maybe we should just do more than 1 hour streams of me and Rome just talking shit. Because ours that's pretty standard. They're not short streams. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Savvy has a stream. She is recording live now. So if you watch this instead of that, check Savvy out. And make sure you guys check out the hotspot that should be releasing here very soon. I'm waiting for my editor to finish that up. But I will be diving more into Kamala's unhinged speech in hotspot fashion. Jimmy will be joining us on Tuesday. Looking forward to all the stuff that we have coming up. This new era RBN, it's popping. Have a great weekend, my friends.